Hey, fourth grade, welcome to math lesson number 4, where you'll be solving word problems with adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So in this video, remember to print out the handout where it has the notes so you can go along with the video. If you don't have a printer, remember to copy the notes on a piece of paper. Remember to also pause the video at any time and go back and watch it if you need to. Okay, here it is.
To make a fruit salad, Mrs. Ward mixes together 1 3/4 cups of diced apples, 3/4 cups of diced peaches, and 2 1/4 cups of blueberries. How many cups of apples, peaches, and blueberries are in the fruit salad? So first off, I'm gonna look at the question, and it says that I'm mixing all of these things together. So I'm mixing and figuring out how many cups of apples, peaches, and blueberries are in the fruit salad. So I automatically know that I am going to add. Okay, so I'm going to add, here's my expression, 1 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 2 1/4. Okay. I'm going to use a model and create fraction bars out of this problem. So let's look. Our denominator is 4. So I'm going to break up each fraction strip into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you only need 3 lines to break it up into 4 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and break all of them up into those 4 pieces because I know that it's always going to be broken up into 4 pieces. Okay, so now I can go ahead and begin coloring in my areas. So let's look, our 1 3/4 of apples. So we know that it's broken into 4 pieces, so 1 whole is 4/4. So I'm gonna color in 1 whole strip. 1, 2, 3, 4 apples, and then 3 more to equal that 3/4. 1, 2, 3. So those are my apples that are represented. Next, I'm going to shade in my peaches. So my peaches is 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and start here at this end though, so I can figure out how many it is all together. So 1, 2, 3. That's my 3/4 peaches. And last but not least is our blueberries. So our blueberries, we have 2 holes that are completely shaded and then 1 extra. So I'm going to start here, and I know that 2 holes is 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 hole. The second hole is 1, 2, 3, 4, and my last one is 1/4. There's my 1/4. So I don't even need this fraction strip bar, but that is okay. Okay, so let's look at go back to our equation. So I'm going to add up my whole numbers first. So my whole numbers are 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. My denominator is always 4 because it's the same down here. And then let's add up our numerators across the top. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So we have 3 7/4, but I'm going to simplify this. You can easily simplify this by looking at our model right here. How many whole numbers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 wholes, and then we have 4 as our denominator because it's the same. And how many do we have shaded in this last one? 1, 2, 3, 3. So our answer is 4 3/4 cups of fruit. Okay, and then last but not least, let's look at the bottom right here. We have our number line. To represent this in a number line form to check our work, we have 1 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and jump from 0 to 1 3/4, which is right here. I have my arrow down here. And then I'm going to add another 3/4. So I'm going to add 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, which should be at 2 2/4. And then I'm going to add a 2 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and jump just that 2 to make it a little bit easier for me. So I know I'm at 2 2/4. So I know if I add 2 wholes, it will be 4 2/4. And then last but not least, I still have my other 1/4. So I'm going to jump a little bit 1/4 right here. And my answer is 4 3/4, which is exactly the same. Okay, the second word problem, number 2. Mrs. Arnold had 2 4/8 yards of fabric and needs 7/8 yards to make one skirt. How much extra fabric will she have left after making one skirt? Okay, so the key words in this question is how much extra fabric does she have left after she's making one, so that means I'm going to need to subtract. Okay, so our equation will be 2 4/8 minus 7/8. Okay, so if you look at this looks a little funny just because this is a mixed number and we cannot subtract 4 minus 7. So we cannot do it the same way that we add. We're going to need to change this mixed number into an improper fraction. So from going from mixed to improper, remember that you are going to make a big C and going around the number from the bottom to the top. I do 8 times 2. Which equals 16, and then 16 plus 4 is 20. So my new equation is 20 over 8 minus 7 over 8. Okay, so that is also equal to 20 minus 7 is 13 over 8, because the denominators still remain the same. We have 13 over 8. Now we need to convert this back to a mixed number just because it looks funny as an improper fraction. So this is also equal to 13 divided by 8 goes into 1 time. I have 5 left over, so it'll be 5/8. So I'm going to take this first bar and break it up into 8 pieces. So I'm going to need 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I broke those all up, and let's see, my equation is 2 4/8, so I know that I'm going to shade in 2 full bars. So I'm going to shade all these in because that's how much fabric I have so far. And then I have 4 extra pieces, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this equals 2 4/8. So, but I am subtracting. So instead of adding my 7/8 colored in, I'm actually going to cross 7/8 out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how much do I have left over? I have 1 whole, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/8. So my answer is 1 5/8 again. Okay, and then last but not least, the number line at the bottom. We have 2 4/8 that we start out with, so I'm going to draw a big jump from 0 to 2 4/8. Draw my arrow, and then I'm going to actually go backwards because I'm subtracting. I'm subtracting 7/8. Each one of these is an eighth, so I know that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 7, and then I'm going to jump it right here. So my answer is 1 5/8, which is exactly the same.
Awesome, that's it. Remember to check out your teacher's conference hours if you need additional help or you have a question over the video on how to add and subtract mixed numbers. Bye.